The views and opinions expressed within the video content found on the Indie Comics Network are those of the speakers and do not necessarily reflect the views or positions of the Indie Comics Network or its sponsors.
Hey everyone, it's me, Allison, here doing some live streaming, doing some art, because it's time to art with the Alikat. I think that'd be fun to do. You know, I try to do it a lot anyway, at least every week. Although I think I scheduled this for tomorrow accidentally, and I meant to do it for today at 3. So I could have gotten on a streaming today as long as I did it tomorrow at 3, but I am going to be on Sketchy Saturday tomorrow, and I don't know if I want to basically do a 5-hour run effectively, or I basically just don't want to be streaming all day. Not really in the mood for that. So I'm here, my normal Friday. All right then. Let's see what we got here. Okay, so this is Krasnia Volk from my comic Broken Shackles that I'm going to be doing. Sword and Sorcery book. Going to be coming out. I'm still doing a lot of work on it, but to get things going. But I was designing out the cover. This isn't what we're going to be working on today, but I figured I'd just show off some of the stuff I've been doing. All right, so that's Krasnia. Get that out of the way. This is another shot of Krasnia that I did, kind of a piece of preview art. All right, and this is what we're going to be working on today. We're going to be doing the Ragin Cajun himself, Gambit, because X-Men 97 was amazing. Last week, we did Wolverine. So, I want to do Gambit today. Next week, I'm thinking probably Cable. And then sooner or later, I'm going to do Jubilee, because I really want to do Jubilee. Now, I started this on Wednesday because I really wanted to draw Gambit, but I pretty much just got the head done. So even then, I'm still noodling at it. So I'll be working on more stuff as we go. And actually, I want to bring up some reference art for Gambit, because I don't know what he looks like half the time. That one. That. And a cat might be joining us in a moment. So Hobbs is trying to get in my lap. Come on, buddy. Come on. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate it. That's what we'll be doing today. Finishing up doing Gambit in general. Hi from Peru. Excellent. A Peruvian. Bear with me. It is the time of year when the nose leaks, and we have Cat, who may delay some of the drawing process as he sticks his tail in my mouth. All right. What are you doing? There's definitely a lot of interesting designs of Gambit out there. This is more of my take on him. If I was doing X-Men, what would he look like? And I am a big fan of the classic blue team of X-Men from the 1990s. Basically the Jim Lee era of the Jim Lee era of X-Men. I mean, I also love the Claremont stuff with Byrne, basically his classic run that ended with Days of Future Past. And I mean, there's some of great books in there for X-Men. X-Men has always been one of my absolute favorite comics. And I was super happy with X-Men 97. Especially the ending. I can't wait for the next season. While not having facial hair, I'm trying to kind of put in facial hair. Let's kind of bit of that. Not really strong enough for what I want. I think that's the same kind of lead, but I want it a little darker, a little more precise on there. Yeah, so I basically have Google Images open with a crap load of pictures of Gambit up here, and I'm kind of designing my own one based on it. I got to even out the cards and make them all the same size, but it's just blue line stuff, so it doesn't really matter. It's supposed to give me an idea of what's there. I also got to do is trench coat. Just got to think of how I want to do it. I think I want to have it kind of starting to come down this way. As Gambit was one of the first heroes to really, I think, sell the trench coat idea. I mean, Punisher they sometimes put in one things, but Gambit was very, that was one of his telltale things. I think they went too far when they put Speedball from the New Warriors into a trench coat. That was just kind of, wait, what? You also had like the Crow and stuff like that. He always had like a trench coat because he took it from Tintin. She did that in the movie too, because I believe he did take it from Tintin in the comic. It's been a while since I've read the original Crow. My opinion's kind of the only one really worth reading. I don't want to have it kind of come over like that. Yeah, I think I do. Yeah. Easily fix that. As a person who wears a lot of long coats, I can kind of think about how it works. Granted, mine's a bit. The main one I wear is a bit different. Granted, it has a hood, not a collar, really. Actually, I'm on Sketchy Saturday tomorrow. If I finish up Gambit, maybe I'll start on Cable or Jubilee or something for tomorrow. That could be kind of fun. I have an urge to definitely draw Jubilee. I've always liked Jubilee as a character. I mean, growing up when I was reading the X-Men as a girl, it was definitely like, Sprite or Shadowcat, as she was known at the time. And motorcycle. 'Tis the time of year for motorcycles. Yep, come on in, stay a while. Feel free to chat. I'm here. I generally talk to people. Well, hello. How's it going, Jens Richard? Okay. I think I have one of the piece of reference arts I'm using. Actually, I think is from the cartoon series, or at least is done in that style. Just here next to my printer prep for a con. Well, that's always a good thing. Getting prepped for a con. What con you doing? Copenhagen Comic Con. Well, that sounds like fun. Never been to Copenhagen before. Really haven't been out of the United States too much. But hey, I have been to most of the states, though. And my mail just arrived. It's probably just bills, though, so I don't really care. It's not like I pay them anyway. I hope you do well at the con. Sell lots of books and art. And whatever else you sell. My artist was here from the US last year visiting. That's really cool. That's very cool. I have a friend who lives in Belgium, and I really want to go out and see her at some point. Really good friend. She used to live out here. Actually, she lived basically right up the street from me. It's kind of handy. Mm-hmm. Just about killed this eraser. I already have another one going for here, but hey. This has definitely served its purpose over the years. God, I don't remember when I got that thing. The face in our comic will be settled this weekend. Do we continue, or isn't it worth it? Well, I mean, when it comes to doing comics, how do you make a small fortune in comics? Start with a large one. I'm definitely not in this game to get rich. I'd love to. It means I wouldn't have to live off disability. Which, let me tell you, kind of sucks. But anyway. He's got kind of a loop that comes off of that. But yeah, I basically just do this stuff because it's fun. Would I like to draw for Marvel and DC? I think in a way I would, but I'm also very happy just doing my own stuff. Like, I'm really looking forward to working on my Broken Shackles comic. which is going to be getting published by Sword and Sorcery magazine. Not for the money, but if no one's reading, then why? Yeah, no, I can definitely get that. It can definitely be hard to, kind of get a foothold in and stuff like that. And then it comes down to, is it who is buying the comic and stuff like that? Yeah, it's a bit easier to see kind of what that is. All right, those are kind of loops. I mean, is it just like your friends and family just kind of grabbing your book because it's you? Yeah, I kind of get that. But yeah, no one's reading it, and it also comes down are you having fun? I think I'm going to turn that in. The joys of erasers. Be a bit easier with a computer, but why would I do the easy thing? And I really do have to get a better blue line pencil because this barely erases. The hard part of being timeless and unique is in a fast turning pop world. That's so true. I don't think truer words have been spoken on this podcast, but hey. Well, that's not true. I sometimes have science YouTubers on. And they speak some pretty true stuff. But that's a very good truism. Okay, so how does this glove work? It's like the index finger is cut off. The middle finger is solid. And the other two I didn't really draw it. So I don't have to worry about those. Actually, what about the thumb? Thumb is kind of in the back. My quote, was it? We invented the machine to ease our burden, but art is not a burden, it is our signature. That's a really good quote. I might have to steal that. Don't worry, I'll credit you. Maybe. It's a really good quote, though. I like that. Okay. I gotta really do out the hand a bit better because I just kind of blobbed it in for the most part. But, my blue line stuff is supposed to be roughy. I'm not tracing things. I'm trying to build on it. I remember I used to sell newspapers as a kid, and it was at a stand that I did on Sundays. Did it outside of a church and stuff like that, and actually, and also I did just have a restaurant for a while. But yeah, when doing it, I would often have my drawing pad with me to kill time. That my homework. Who is the character? I am doing my version of Gambit. But yeah, I used to redraw Jim Lee's X-Men cards. I think I liked it better when I was at the restaurant, because when I was at the church, my parents made me wear my school uniform because I had to go to church on occasion. Well, I had to go to church a lot because Catholic school. But hey, I didn't mind wearing it in school. I hated wearing it on the weekends. Although I did get more sales of papers when I was in my school uniform. I'm not sure if that's a good or a bad thing. But hey. Well, a few characters I'm not getting, but everyone is. Yeah, let's see. Last week I did Wolverine. So that's my Wolverine. And I figured this week I'll do Gambit. And next week I might do Cable. Kind of on a big X-Men 97 kick. I mean, I could draw my own characters on the live stream, but nobody really knows who my characters are, so I figured it'd be more fun just to do fan art effectively. And also, when I'm selling stuff at cons and things, people always look for, what characters have you drawn? I need to do Deadpool at one point. He's usually a guaranteed sale. So, with the Deadpool and Wolverine movie coming out, it kind of makes sense. Actually, I'm going to put that down a little bit more. Cool, thank you. I appreciate that. I had a lot of fun drawing that. I actually spent the majority of the stream doing his hair. Because I like drawing Wolverine without the mask on. I think he's more interesting. I mean, I completely get why he's wearing the mask, and if I got to draw X-Men for real, I would definitely be drawing him in the mask, but I just prefer him outside of it because the face and stuff is great. Almost lost where I was. Favorite X-Men's Jean? She's definitely one of mine, and I am going to be doing Phoenix at some point, because Phoenix. And with the stuff that they had in the last episode and the tease they had, which I'm not really going to talk too much about, there's definitely room for more Phoenix. So tomorrow I might do Jubilee. And then next week, I said my hope is to do Cable. So I'm leaning towards Cable. I definitely got to do Cyclops at some point, but I have to decide. I want to do him in the real 90s look of Psych, the one that Jim Lee kind of did for the costume. Or do I want to go back to more of the classic costume, where he's just mostly the blue with the oops, broke my pencil. But do I want to do him with the blue outfit with basically the gold trunks? But yeah, we'll see. My least favorite is the one I can't remember because they didn't make an impact. I can kind of respect that. Yeah, that strangely works. My butterfingers caused me to drop my pencil. Very annoying. My lid holder. Yeah, I gotta do Rogue at some point. I gotta do, basically, I want to do all the characters from X-Men 97. That's my overall goal, to do things as it kind of happens. Gonna have to empty that. Did you make an impact on me? In a way, I'd say yes. I mean, it's fun to talk to you, so yeah. Bear with me, responding to a text message. But yeah, no, definitely say impacts were made. I mean, the main impact that I know is the one from Mark Silvestri's Cyberforce. That was a book I was obsessed with in the 90s. Yeah, it doesn't really do that. So we'll kind of take that out. Yeah, let's put it back in. Online hit. Yes, you are. You're definitely an online hit. Anyone who tells you otherwise can take it up with me. I'm not really sure what cloud I have, but you know, I can make something. I'm reasonably good at that part. Ugh. Let's see. Gotta do my nails at some point. Starting to get a little Okay, now I gotta figure out how the stupid costume works. Ever heard of Bruno the Darkborn Rabbit? I want to say yes, but I'm honestly not sure. But it sounds familiar. I don't know. Maybe? I'll go with the definite maybe. Honestly, does sound familiar, though. Is that your book? I might have kind of lucked out with doing it. I don't have to do all the parts. I gotta say, this costume's kind of neat. Yeah, I've heard of my book. I'm definitely a hit now. Oh, fantastic. That is your book. All right, I was pretty sure I'd heard of it. Need to read it. It definitely sounds like something I'd read. So, yeah, I kind of think I like having that have more to it. I think I'm using a statue as a bit of my reference art right now. Gambit's hair usually goes kind of like this, but I like kind of having it go down. It's the more anime artist in me. My more of my manga look. Keep telling myself, gotta think of it in 3D when you're drawing, but sometimes it doesn't work. Basically, it's doing what I want it to do, so let's find another picture of him. That's kind of a cool looking one. Way too small. That is not what I wanted to do. There we go. I guess some people draw them without the gloved hands. I kind of like the gloves, though. Don't usually draw fingernails, but I definitely want to kind of make it a bit more distinctive. Actually, I kind of want to cut that in a bit more. Now, a lot of people tend to do Gambit with like a royal flush or something like that in his hand. I'm actually going to have him with aces and eights. I mean, he was the horseman of death for a little bit, so. Horseman, yeah, he was the horseman death. So I figure, aces and eights should work. Do you know that feeling when everyone is joining on a good idea until they have to do something? Yes, I do. I know that very well. Had that a lot of work. Then they had to do the work. It's amazing how quickly people stop. Okay, I need to get a better look at the top part of the costume again. Let's see. Yeah, I definitely want to read it. It would make me happy. Let's see. Yeah, that works. Has made your day? Fantastic. Glad to help. Okay, let's see what we got here. We want to give it a little bit of an outline. Okay, and we will bring it up that way. And let's add in some of those fun lines. Figures in Blood, I'm a writer and not an artist. Maybe I write a new book about 15 fingers. Okay, then. I don't think I did 15 fingers on him. He's only got the little 4 fingers and a thumb. He's got enough digits. I mean, I could have given him an extra figure on his left hand, but hey, I didn't. It's actually a medical issue, too. That actually does happen. I found that interesting when I read about that. That the 6-fingered man is a thing. It's not just like a play on The Fugitive. It was the one-armed man. I want to do one more. No, I don't think so. Maybe I should search for Jim Lee Gambit. Got a bit of a tangent going on here, so extend that up a bit. Now I'm going to black out a bunch of it so it'll kind of make it pop. Dear God, man, this guy's got like a 16-pack. Oh, must just be the artist I'm looking at. I'm going to have to even out the cards a bit more too and make sure they're all about the same size. And then we got to give it some crackle. Got to Kirby-fy it a little bit. I see all you eyeball people out there. Feel free to come on in and chat. I don't bite much. And only when it's consensual. Because I don't kink shame. Thought I saw one of my cats. No, they're both in the bed. Okay. Time is it? I actually do have a book of the week this week too. So, well, books of the week, kind of my poll list. Got some stuff. I think it'll be fun. Wow. I'm not sure if those are neighbors. It's a construction crew that's nearby. Either way, they're loud. Yep, Gambit's got neck muscles. Granted, something I've definitely learned from drawing superheroes and stuff like that is their muscles have muscles. Almost did another tangent, but fixed it. Definitely trying to take my art in a slightly different direction. I'll always be a manga influenced creator. I'm fairly certain. Like, I don't see that ever changing, really. But kind of want to add, like, a bit more to things. I'm going to be in a when in doubt, black it out phase with a lot of this anyway, but I want to have it somewhat looking the way I want it to. Okay, I might switch to a different pencil. Has a different thickness. The Adventures of 15 Fingers John, juggling square pattern soccer balls on high detailed motorbikes. Okay then. Well, that would definitely be a book. I'd read it. It sounds crazy enough to read. Okay, let's kind of get the cards in, shall we? No. Of course, as I started to draw that, I went looking for my undo button. This is not going to work. Actually, yeah, that kind of works. To think, I used to actually do card tricks and things, so I think I'd be good at drawing cards. Craziness of finding an artist for that? I'd do it. Give me an excuse to draw motorcycles. Okay, can I get that going? Let's do this a bit higher up. Take those down a little bit further. I'd like to see that cover. Yeah, it could be kind of neat. This one will go down past it. There we go. Can't take full credit on that. It was a reference to Sandra and Wu. Fair enough. Nothing wrong with that. It was a okay. kind of getting a little bit of the jacket kind of over here because I got the collar coming out. Too bad I can't draw the rest of it, but it like probably comes down to about here and then cuts in. Then you see it kind of going down a bit though. We might see if maybe that. Not sure. Think about that for a bit. Usually I think of these elements as I'm sketching the character out, but not all the time. I guess it could go back and we kind of coiled back a bit though. All right. So now that I have taken over your show and selling my stuff, am I into cyberpunk? Yes, I am. I am definitely into cyberpunk. I am a big fan of that guy wrote Neuromancer. Is it Bruce? Shit. Oh God, he's a big artist. I love an writer that I love. I guess he's an artist too in that sense. Yeah, but Neuromancer was fantastic. I also enjoyed Snow Crash, other pieces like that. Why can't I think of his name? Is it Bruce? Was it? Hell with it. Read my novel, Dreamlight City. Oh, we're shilling everything, I say. Okay. William Gibson. That was it. Not Bruce. William Gibson. Where I was thinking that. But yeah. I'm a big William Gibson fan. I think I was thinking Bruce Sterling. Could have been Bruce Dickinson too, but that's the lead singer of Iron Maiden. So, and I'm definitely a huge Maiden fan. You get your stuff on Amazon? I'll have to keep that in mind. I actually debated doing a cyberpunk comic for a while. What's my Gambit search? Right there. But yeah, I don't think I've drawn Gambit since I was in high school. I think that was probably the last time I actually drew him. Again, it was when I was like studying Jim Lee's trading cards for X-Men. I like redrew a crap load of them. Did Wolverine, did Deadpool, definitely did Gambit. Pretty sure I did Shatterstar. I always thought Shatterstar looked cool. Do I want to make an adaptation? I wouldn't be opposed to it. It means I definitely gotta read it. I mean, I can definitely draw tech stuff. I mean, I have basically a Sentai book on my Patreon that I do that has a lot of tech drawing in it and stuff like that. I'm good doing that. Just breaking the lid tip. I'll bring that down a bit further. I don't care about the elbow going off the page. There. And yeah, so that'd be covered. Off to bed. Talk to you soon. Sounds good. Well, it was a pleasure hanging out with you, Jens. Hope you have a good con. And for anybody joining us, we are working on Gambit because I'm on a big X-Men 97 kick. Big fan of what they did with the series, and I'm really looking forward to next year. I'm assuming next year. Yeah, I think I would have had it so it would come out to there and it kind of fall back. Yeah. Okay, let's get some shading in a bit. Then I'll do the pull list. I will probably ink this at some point. I don't really know when. Just basically been enjoying penciling lately, so who knows when I'll get to it. But I like filling in areas so I can kind of see certain things. It's how they look. Kind of pops it. My nephew is graduating from college on Sunday. Actually, technically they're graduating tomorrow, but the party's on Sunday, and I'm looking forward to it. Very proud of them. Okay, let's see. It is 4 o'clock. We're going to do the pull list. Bear with me here. Okay, here we go. So, what I got for you guys today is Batman Justice Buster. It's a manga series by Ichi Shimizu and Tomohiro Shimaguchi. And it is basically kind of a Superman Batman thing that's going on. I haven't read them yet, but I really like the artwork in them so far. I have the first 2 volumes, and I'm looking forward to reading them. So, actually, take a peek at some of the art, shall we? I think we'll take a little bit of peeksies, see how it's looking. So we'll just do a transition back to here, and yeah. So we got like the bat symbol there. Got swinging people. Alfred's looks pretty interestingly done. They kind of did Batman's suit like armor, which I always kind of like. Kind of liking it. I like the detail that they're going with, like facial structures and things. Let's get another random page in here. Apparently that's Superman. There are some Superman mangas as well, and there's some Joker mangas. I know I've gone through the Joker manga on the stream before, but I have not done, the Batman ones I actually just got. Comic guy dropped off my stuff for me. It looks like Robin and a girl. Maybe Stephanie? Who knows? Haven't read it yet. But yeah, no, kind of liking it. Like the way they did Gotham. Liking the look of Batman. Enigma. So looks like Riddler. All right. But yeah, so that was basically from my pull list. I'd recommend it. Looks like a lot of fun. So let's get back to doing Gambit, shall we? Probably show off some of the Superman stuff next week. I'm probably going to black out some of his muscles upon muscles here. Dude's got like an 8-pack. I can't even think of the tension what that would be. I definitely do not have an 8-pack. Never did. And pretty sure never will. They look kind of weird on me anyway. Let's do a little tangent busting there. Let's back up that hair a little bit. There we go. And this is one of the reasons I like lead holders. I gotta make a couple of adjustments there. I always notice things when I'm doing something else. It's like without fail. That's twice in one stream I've dropped my pencil. Thankfully, I didn't break it this time. Yeah, I was honestly concerned about X-Men 97 and how it would have shaped up. Very happy with what they did. I just can't say that enough. I mean, I might be thinking about it through nostalgic eyes of one of the reasons I liked it so much, but I don't care. I just had so much fun with it. I mean, it got me wanting to draw X-Men characters. That's saying something. And Gambit was always a favorite of mine. Kind of one of the only reasons I saw Wolverine Origins. had Gambit. I didn't really mind their variation. I forget who played them, but I didn't really mind it. That was loud. But hey, it's motorcycle season. Kind of like duck season. I think I screwed that up a little bit. Whatever. It'll be fine. I'm not perfect. I'm not about to whittle away at making tons of tiny little corrections. Okay. There. Actually, I think I got... Yeah, that'll work. There's a certain kind of look I wanted to give the energy signature. Kind of something Joe Matt did a little bit. And he's a big influence on my art, to say the least. hate it when my hair kind of gets into my ear. Bit of annoyance. But anyway. So yeah, my thought process with this was, instead of giving him like all 4 aces, I was thinking I'll give him the dead man's hand. I gotta work in the numbers on that. I think it'll be hearts. Actually, find. Okay, it's got like a little spade under here. Again, it doesn't need to be perfect, but you know, as long as it resembles what I want. Everybody's always got the. Alright, so. There we go. Try that going there. Okay. Kind of get a bit more energy kind of coming here. And I'm calling the piece aces and eights. So okay, it's coming out pretty good. I'm liking this. It's fun to draw. It's a fun character. No, actually, I don't want to fill that. Okay, let's see. Still got a bit more to go in Gambit. Adding to his powers and stuff. Kind of liking it. It's amazing. When I start doing the face ahead of time and stuff, I can actually get a character done mostly on time. Okay. There it is. Actually, let's go with one of my darker lids for this. 5. I would probably differentiate the line a bit by adding white into it when I ink it, just to kind of give a separation a bit. But with this, since I'm just doing pencils, I would just want to have the hand kind of thicker, so easier to kind of spot and see. I think next time I definitely have to make sure that I schedule it on the right day and not the wrong day. Because, that was dumb of me. Yeah. I've been under a lot of stress this week. I was thinking about going out to play Magic today, but I'm not too sure if I'm going to be doing it. It's a commander group that meets up on Fridays down in the Norton area of Massachusetts at a store called Battleground. I live about half hour, 45, more like 45 minutes when there's no traffic, but it'll be rush hour when I'm heading out there, and that's stressful for me. Yeah, that'll be a bit hard for me to deal with. So I gotta give it some thought if I want to go out or not. I gotta talk to my bestie though. She's gonna potentially be down there playing, and she lives in the area. I used to live down in that area a while ago, so I'm kind of familiar with it. I also got to check in my mom. She hasn't been doing that great. She hasn't been feeling very good. Make my little noodling lines. Or as Eisner would say, lines for the sake of lines. I don't know. I think they're fun to do. Texture lines. Yeah, I think if I started inking this, I'd be here all night. So I don't see us inking this in the near future. I might, well, I want to scan everything before I ink it anyway, just so I have digital pencils of it. Then I can decide if I want to ink it digitally or traditionally. But if I have it scanned, I can make prints and things. So I think I kind of want to shade that in a bit more. Trying to think about the light source. Usually I put like a little mark on the paper to kind of give me an idea. Haven't been doing it lately though. Just kind of tell me where things are coming from. Usually I kind of see light coming this way, but his energy signature is kind of doing stuff and things. So yeah. And to darken that area in, but you know, whatever. As long as I'm happy with it, I don't think it really matters much. Yeah, I'm definitely liking this. I'm having fun drawing him. All right, so well, getting close to finishing up on Gambit. Definitely was a fun character to draw. Yeah, definitely fun. Oh, haven't been as talkative as I usually am during my streams, but concentrating on the art. Let's see, how are we? Going about an hour and a half. It's pretty good. I think I could probably noodle this thing into next week with details. I'm not really sure if that's the goal, though. Too bad he couldn't loop Motorhead's The Ace of Spades in the background because of copyright. Yeah, that would be very cool, Martha. I completely agree with you. I would love to be able to loop some stuff like that in there. That would be great. That would definitely be cool. I can definitely say Gambit's fun to draw. His charge effect, I was a bit inspired by how Joe Mad drew it. He had like these solid kind of lines in areas where they kind of like bulged out a bit more. It's kind of what I'm going for. don't know if any song's been made specifically about Gambit. Motorhead did Power of the Claws, and Entomb did Wolverine Blues. Very true, they did. That would have been for last week, though. Because last week we did Wolverine. So. This week is Gambit. I said next week I'm leaning to Cable. It's kind of where I'm feeling I'm going to go. Cat. Yeah, thought so. Either of my likes. I know his footfalls. Hello, Hops. Okay. Do I want to call it here? I don't want to do it. I think I want to separate this a little bit more. Kind of go like that. There we go. Yeah, I think I'm happy with it for the most part. I mean, if I'm doing it now, I could basically noodle this forever. Keep adding stuff to it. But I think I'm going to call it here. So let's go in here with you. Leave the furniture alone. You little shit. Yeah, you. Get your claws out of my chair. He's already wrecked it, but hey. All right, got the signature on there. Get all set up there. So I'm gonna call it, I think, here for today. And I will see you all hopefully next week when I'm leaning towards Cable. So we will see who comes up, but Cable's who I'm thinking about. But I just want to say goodbye, everybody. Everybody have a great weekend. Try to stay out of trouble. I know I won't, but hey, I'll try at least.